Hi there. I want to invite you to a very special moment where I had a sit down with one of my spiritual fathers, mentors, and main influences in my life, Brother David Hogan. And he has spent the last 40 years of his life pouring into the indigenous people groups of Mexico. They have seen phenomenal miracles, signs, and wonders, but not just that, a generational legacy of sons that have raised sons that have raised sons. It's a perfect model and example of a lot of the content that I've written in my Legacy book series and that we're doing with our Legacy Academy. Brother David is a patriarch that has forged the way and created space for sons to grow and flourish and find their purpose in what he has forerun. And so come with me now as we go behind the scenes. I have 10 questions in this series that I really believe you hearing his answers will give you keys to have longevity and success in your personal life and legacy as you grow with Jesus in your calling and destiny. Let's go now. What does making disciples look like to you? Jesus talked about in Matthew 28, one of the most important things he said, I've discipled you, now you go and disciple. What does that look like to you? How? What's that process or that culture for you personally? Because discipleship has been turned into all these different definitions and schools and classes. But what does it look like to you?
That's not discipleship. That's classroom. Listen, I'm going to have to tell you a story. I'm sitting in there one day, right, and I've had like 3 hours of just feeling the presence of God and just awesome Holy Ghost and what everybody's looking for, peace. Oh my God, it was just overwhelming me. And then right up, it seemingly was out of the blue. But I know heaven set me up. I know he did. And so this thought came in my mind. And I know it was heaven speaking to me. It was just like I've been in there for like lots of hours, and I'm not thinking about preaching. I'm not thinking about winning souls. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about worshiping Jesus, right? And all of a sudden this thought comes to go find this guy that's in this. He made some bad decisions, so he's in this, basically in a ditch, living in a box, right, in a garbage thing. And so I told my wife I'm going to go find this fella. So I did. I went out there to this garbage dump, and I went and I found this fella. And it turns out this fella has made some really bad decisions. Now he's a brilliant guy. I know now that he is. But whenever I found this guy, okay, when I saw him, you'd have never told me that he's a king. What I see is a loser, a beggar, a person that makes bad decisions. He's got nobody guiding him. He's got no help because he's like a lot of. He's hard-headed. He's defiant. He's resistant to truth. For whatever reason, he was. All right, and when I saw him finally, I saw this guy. There was a lot of people around, but when I saw this guy, I knew him, and I went right up to him, and I was led by God to this fella. And he really did get rough with me because I was trying to help him. All right, so what does it look like to make a disciple? Well, you got to overlook their failures to start with. And you got to be able to resist their humanity. Because I'm not in the same boat as he's in.
Right.
Frame of mind, spirit, idea. I'm more stable. I'm already out or on the way out of where he's sitting. But he can't see it. He's blinded by anger and fault and lies and rebellion and curses, and just a bunch of spirits. And to make a disciple out of that guy, you got to be willing to get a little dirt on you and a little spittle and a little abuse. You got to be able to take it. And so I did. And so for the last 34 years, I've been able to disciple this fella. And now he runs probably close to 250 of our churches, has about 4 businesses. And just a while ago, I was speaking to my son Joseph, and he said, "Dad, he's talking about this guy." He said, "Wow, he made a big sale. He sold 3,000 trees. That's just one of his businesses, and that's quite a bit of change by our standards. It is."
Right.
But when I first found him, he was nothing more than a mad beggar. And now he's quite wealthy fella, and he runs a whole bunch of our churches. He's got lots of businesses, and he can do anything. He'll come in a minute and he'll ask me. He said, "What about this?" And I'll just look at him, because I know God's messing with him on continuing to expand, so that he can help all these churches and all these people and find more and more disciples that way. And so it's a process of time.
Yeah.
Discipleship means you're giving somebody time to get them from one place to another place, and that means no limits.
Full access.
Full access. No limits. And they become sons, and they become, I don't know, they're hard to live with. Like other generations coming up around them, don't see them as I saw them. And they see them as needing to change, needing to this. They're too hard on this. They do this. They do that. And they may be. But given enough time, I can deal with all that stuff. And time's what I got right now.
Right.
So, yeah, it is. And there's and it turns out there's lots of them out there now that just a little bit of patience. No, I'm not like them. I don't agree with them. There's lots of things that's negative. But that's not where I put my time, is in my negative with that relationship. I put positive in that relationship. And I try to guide in a different direction than negative. I try to be a positive influence so that our future together, they can excel more than I can, because, to tell you the truth, he's a better person than I am. But at the moment he wasn't. But now his sphere of influence can outgrow mine. But I got to let him do that. I got to let him be a disciple. And now he's discipling people, and he's not good at it very much. I wasn't either probably, but I'm better now, and he will be too.
I hope you've enjoyed this moment with Brother David. Check out this series where there's a whole bunch more questions like this, talking with Brother David, one of my spiritual fathers and significant influences, in these really raw and very vulnerable moments where you can glean treasure and keys for your personal life. If you'd like to learn more about this, you can go and check out my Legacy Academy. It's available at andrewbillings.org or commissioninternational.com, or you can click the link below. Equally, check out my series of books, Legacy, and other books, resources that I have at andrewbillings.org. You can go to the book page. It's been great having you join. Look out for more as we roll out more moments like this one. Have a great day.